Alrighty, hello to anybody and everybody who's coming to check out this video. It's a random reader here, hoping that you will stop by, leave a like, maybe subscribe, comment if it was something that was interesting to you. But today's video will be another Path of Exile 2, and this one just happens to be like a build showcase, just going over what I've been playing with and what I've been utilizing. So if you look at the screen and you'll get to view, you'll see a little overview of kind of what my passive page looks like. Not my skills page, but my passive page is primarily geared towards grabbing the minion damage nodes. Anything that I can do for the minions to help their survivability and damage is what I ended up picking up. It has been trialed and error. At first I was only going for damage and utilizing a unique to supplement survivability, but I decided to go against that on the final iteration of the build and forego that to try to figure out how to just get damage out of them because they come with enough survivability on the tree. But yeah, so this is just what I've been using to clear the maps. It does the tier 15s. It can do the trials. That's what I'm going to be showing right now. Primarily me running through the trials. The trial of chaos, not the trial of Sekimas. I can do that too, but it was better at doing the trials. The trials more so than anything. I can do the Citadel bosses. This build is pretty much fully functional and able to clear the majority of the content in the game. It seemingly gets better with certain item qualities, so the more you can put into it, well, I guess that's with any build, but the more you can put into it in terms of getting the items that have plus 2, plus 3 to minion skill level, this build will get stronger exponentially, it feels like. Your clear speeds and everything do go up just by getting 1 or 2 more levels on those plus minion level items. So get as high a level as one as you can, but it's not required. My scepter was at level plus 2 to level to minions for all of like the tier 15 that I was doing. I didn't only recently upgraded it. But yeah, so it's just I have had a niche playstyle trying to figure out how to get these. Well, I can't even call it niche, but I've had a interactive time trying to figure out how to make my minions feel like they're the strong, and I am just guiding. And this finally it was it. I get to still inflict the burn and the ignite using the Hellhound, so that feels cool. And then the overall damage is pretty nice. Like, I can't complain. It gets the job done. It kills bosses. It clears maps. I'm pretty safe for the most part. That's going to be the only real big crux about this build is the survivability. While I have 75, 75, 75, and 60 to resistances, 60 being the chaos, 75 being all the elementals, my total HP and total energy shield pool is rather small. I think my total HP is like 1,300, and my total energy shield is like 2,300. So with the total amount being so minute, you have to be very aware and present of the attacks and the things that are coming at you. Otherwise, you can totally just get one shot. And now it's not always, because again, the resistances do come in handy, but there are some attacks where you just, the scaling's too high and it will just immediately kill you. So in regards of that, the survivability is a little bit low, but As I'll state in the build guide, if you are feeling that you are having too little survivability and you are copying this, take away some nodes from the minion HP because their survivability is perfectly fine almost all the time. So just take off some of their HP nodes and invest more into maximum energy shield nodes for yourself and for your own character. It's the only real addendums or changes that I would make in that regards. Otherwise, the playstyle is fairly simple. You'll let your minions do all your work. You'll summon the raging spirits using the firewall, and try to position the firewalls in ways where your minions and anybody who can throw projectiles will be throwing stuff through it, so that way it's just a little additive damage. But other than that, you use firewall and you'll use your offering to boost their damage and just try not to get killed. They will kill pretty much everything. They will eventually get rid of the threats, but it's your job to stay alive while they're getting rid of the threats and killing stuff. And with only so much HP and so much energy shield comparatively to some of the other builds that I see and the numbers that people be posting about how much energy shield they have, this isn't one of those. It's not a super high you can take all the hits, but you shouldn't have to take all the hits if you're playing it right. Your minions will kill everything and they'll take all the hits for you. So that's the ultimate benefit. The true power behind this build is simply that the minions get to do it all. And while you have to be actively paying attention to what is coming at you on screen, the minions will get through it all. I picked a whole bunch of different modifiers during my runs just to try to see if I could disadvantage myself, from less defenses to less shields to them always critting, them always poisoning. Was still able to get it done. This build is perfectly capable of doing Chaos Trials, the Trial of Sekimas, and as you'll see if you make it to the end, I even fight the trial boss, and it does that perfectly fine too. So the overall scale of this build is very good. It seems that it can only get better the more divs you put into it, and however, I think it's capped at a certain point. Because the only thing you can find better, I guess, would be the allies in your presence dealing more damage. You could find more of that. Like on my scepter, I think I only have 70, and I know it can go up to like 100 or something. So there's little things like that, but for the most part, once you get the minion, the plus floor, +3 and +2 on the amulet, the helmet, and the scepter, you're pretty good. You're pretty straight. Oh yeah. But yeah, enjoy my gameplay. It's just me, again, killing some trials, bosses, progressing through. This character has had a much easier time, the Witch, comparatively to my Amazon, though I've respec on this character like 4 times, and all the way down, it's made me go broke. I don't regret doing it because it allowed me to get to this iteration of the build, but my first respec was terrible. That build was like some weird HP thing. I was trying to implement the demon form, didn't work. The next spec of the build, I just completely changed jump ship. I went over to the Lich Ascendancy and abandoned the Infernal, but I didn't like how that was playing. I really didn't. Like, it was fun to some regards, but for what I was expecting or thinking about it, it wasn't how I wanted it to feel. So I ended up swapping back over to this, and then I really buckled down and trying to figure out how to make the minions both feel like they were dealing damage and surviving damage, while also helping me get through things. I had first been relying on the unique focus that your minions share resistances with you, but then I realized that wasn't really the move. And it's not that it's not the move, because it can be a really good play, especially if you're not trying to invest into your minions' resistances, but because of the pathing that I was taking, I was already going to basically be investing in their resistances, so I didn't see the point of why not just fully committing to that little investment. But that's personally me. Maybe someone else out there will find a way to make it work. It comes with minion damage as well, so that's some more damage you could technically tack on if you want to get rid of the focus that I have equipped. But yeah, the overall goal was just to make my minions deal a bunch of damage and to help assist them with that. Your jewels, your gear, minion damage. Allies in your presence deal increased damage, minion damage. It's pretty much what you're looking for. The playstyle is pretty simple. You use your minions' commands. I use the Frost Mage to keep things that get too close at bay. The Sniper Minion to weaken things when I'm trying to deal more damage to them. And then the Arsonist Minion for the Raging Spirits, because you can blow those up. So if you just keep a lookout for those after you've spammed X enough times, then the Raging Spirits get low enough, you can just blow those up for some more additive damage on a target. The total overall play, it may not be the fastest, but I think it's fairly quick. I think it gets the job done, and I personally have been enjoying myself, and I'm very satisfied with where I have it. I might try to make some more tweaks to it, but currently I don't know. I like where it's at right now. I think I just need to figure out how to min-max it, but I really don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming to check out the build and look at my video. Thanks for even taking the time to view my content. As I said, I hope you enjoyed this little end segment. It's just me fighting the Trial Master. I might include, afterwards I will include a little bit more of just me showing what my stats look like, so that way you have a reference point, because I know the build and the build link will have kind of what I expected or what I think, but I don't know if enough people show or always give the detail to see the specific numbers that their character is on. I think it'll make all the difference, just in case you're trying to compare with me or compare your copied version to mine. It'll let you know. But yeah, anyway, thanks for coming to check out the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe if you like it. If you think my build's whack, tell me why. If you think my build's okay, tell me why. If you end up using it, let me know. Seriously, I think that'll be cool. I doubt anybody will, but it's something to do. It's a minion build for the people. Just wanted to add a quick little addendum or ending here, is that this build is functioning because of these uniques. It's these uniques that are adding that allies in your presence modifier, and this unique which gives you which gives your minions unholy might, which is essentially the same as those modifiers. Extra chaos damage, extra chaos damage, extra chaos damage, and it stacks, gets pretty high. But here's my my character stats: 75 resistance, 75 resistance, 75 resistance, and 60. It's not perfect, but I'm still doing pretty great in that regards. But yeah, here's the real the real kicker. Yeah, that's the damage stat that it's doing. That's where the real numbers coming from. But yeah, overall, it's a fun build. These uniques are what allow it to function and do as much additive damage, but as well as getting these plus to minion skills. It's really beneficial and helpful to your overall damage. Hope that helps.